Now, the battle for 2024 heats up. The Congress has released its manifesto today for the 2024 Lok Sabha elections with a focus on unemployment, Nari Shakti and youth. The Congress has vowed that if voted to power, it will conduct a nationwide caste census to identify castes and subcastes. In a big job boost, Congress has promised that every educated youth will secure their first job with a salary of 1 lakh rupees per annum. The Congress will give legal guarantees for minimum support price announced by the government every year as recommended by the Swaminathan Commission. While launching the manifesto and breathing fire against the BJP, Rahul Gandhi has stated that how CBI and Ed are working allegedly at the behest of the Prime Minister and that all the corrupt are joining BJP before the polls, he said. Now, BJP rained fire on the Congress again over their 2024 poll manifesto, attacking the Congress for never fulfilling promises under its own tenure.
5 पिलर्स में से 25 गारंटी निकलते हैं। हर 25 गारंटी ने किसी ना किसी को लाभ मिलने का इसके अंतर्गत यहाँ पर हमारे मैनिफेस्टो में भी है और इसके लिए जो हम पहले से ही करते हुए आए हैं वो भी हमने इसका उल्लेख किया है।
This election is about those who are trying to destroy the constitution and destroy democracy in this country versus those who are trying to protect the constitution. It's important to understand that this election is a fundamentally different election. I don't think democracy has been as much at risk. The constitution has been as much at risk as it is today.
The broad theme of the manifesto is justice. Every aspect of justice has been threatened, weakened, diminished, and in some cases denied in the last 10 years, especially in the last 5 years.
Manifesto really reflects what our roadmap will be for the next 5 years. Guarantees for women, 1 lakh for every household for women. There is a guarantee for MSP, legal guarantee. So young people, 1 year, जो first job है वो guarantee हम लोग कर रहे हैं. तो नौजवान, युवा, किसान उनको ध्यान में रखकर हमने बनाए हैं. I believe this manifesto is something that will really give hope to a lot of people in India. And the government of India, the BJP, NDA have a different way of working. Congress, India Alliance have a different agenda, and I think we will get the people's blessing.
हंगामा बहुत कर रहे हैं, अंदर से सब खोखला, अंदर सीटें इनकी हर राज्य में कम हो रही है, इसलिए घबराहट है, इसलिए हर तरफ से कांग्रेस नेताओं को लेने की कोशिश हो रही है, बाकी पार्टियों को तोड़ने की कोशिश हो रही है, तो अंदर से डर है जो चल रहा है इनके अंदर, इसलिए मुझे लगता है कि बिल्कुल 2004 वाला ही है और विपक्ष इसमें जीतेगा।
देश के हजारों लाखों आम नागरिकों से संपर्क करने के बाद, बुद्धिजीवियों से संपर्क करने के बाद और देश की जो आर्थिक हालत है उसको ध्यान में रखते हुए एक ठोस कार्यक्रम जो है इस न्याय पत्र में दिया गया है और खास करके जो आम लोग सबसे ज़्यादा जिन चीज़ों से जूझ रहे हैं, चाहे वो आर्थिक असमानता हो या युवाओं को जिस तरह से रोजगार नहीं मिल रहा है या महिलाओं को जिस तरह से जो है भागीदारी नहीं मिल रही है, समाज के जो शोषित पीड़ित गरीब लोग हैं वो जिस तरीके से आज आर्थिक और सामाजिक संकट को झेल रहे हैं, सभी समस्याओं का जो है निराकरण, सिर्फ वादे नहीं, समस्याओं का उल्लेख और उन समस्याओं का निराकरण, समाधान इस न्याय पत्र में सुझाया गया है।
2019 के चुनाव में राहुल गांधी जी ने कहा था ना 72,000 रुपए देंगे सबको, ये अपने शासित कितने राज्यों में दे दिए थे? 3 में तो अभी सरकार है और छत्तीसगढ़ और राजस्थान में अभी सरकार गई है 4 महीने पहले, तो कितने दे दिए थे? ये अंतर है जिसे कहते हैं पर उपदेश कुशल बहुतेरे। इसलिए इस मैनिफेस्टो को देखकर सिर्फ एक ही बात कही जा सकती है कि वो पैरवी तो झूठ की करता चला गया, वो पैरवी तो झूठ की करता चला गया, बस उसका चेहरा उतरता चला गया।
Now, Congress in its manifesto hasn't mentioned anything about the old pension scheme. When India Today posed this question to P. Chidambaram, here's what he said.
मेरा सवाल मैडम सोनिया गांधी से है। मैम, अगर आपसे सवाल, राहुल जी, आपने ओपीएस को लेके लगातार जो है झंडा बुलंद किया है। तमाम सरकारें आपकी, उन्होंने ओपीएस का वादा किया था। चिदम्बरम साहब, यू हैड प्रॉमिस्ड ओपीएस एंड इन हिमाचल एंड राजस्थान यू इम्प्लीमेंटेड ओपीएस, but in the manifesto the OPS scheme is missing. So is there is there a introspection that it's not viable economically? Is it that?
It's not missing as such. It's very much on our minds. But please remember the developments that have taken place in the last 4 months. The government has appointed a committee headed by the Finance Secretary to review the NPS and the demand for OPS and to find a way in which the objectives of OPS can be financed by a funded pension scheme. Which means the government has come around to the point of view that while the OPS delivered benefits to the pensioners, the NPS made it sustainable. Now a committee has been appointed under the Finance Secretary, and unless we receive the report of that committee and review it, it would be premature to take a stand on the OPS-NPS controversy. It's very much on our minds, and we will come out with our position once the committee's report is received.
My colleague Rahul Gautam is now joining us for more on this. He covered that election manifesto released by the Congress party. No mention of OPS in that manifesto. That has drawn a lot of attention as well, Rahul.
Absolutely, Paulomi. And, we had earlier reported on our channel yesterday that how OPS was one issue that was earlier part of the draft. However, it is now missing from the, the final copy of manifesto. Now, as I told you earlier also, when the draft was completed of manifesto, Mr. P. Chidambaram, who's the former finance minister also, who was the head of manifesto committee, he took a day off. He actually went through all the promises that Congress party was making just to ensure that whether the document is actually financially viable or not. So therefore, the party must have reached to this consensus that it was not financially viable. However, Mr. P. Chidambaram is saying that it is very much on their mind. It is not something which has escaped, from their attention. He categorically said that there is an NPS committee which has been formed under the leadership of Finance Secretary, which is looking into the OPS scheme. And once the report is out of that committee, they're going to review it, and then they're going to take a stance on this issue. But we rightly pointed out that it was one issue, one main plank, election plank on which Congress party came to power. In Himachal Pradesh, they promised OPS, they got the votes, and in fact, they the Congress party has made very clear they're going to implement it also in the state of Himachal. Same promise was made in Rajasthan as well. However, party didn't retain the state. But one thing is very important here, that financial viability is something on which BJP is sitting at and saying that you have promised everything from all the way to moon. How are you going to implement it, given the fact that you have not implemented all these things in the state that you are ruling currently, for example, in Karnataka or in Telangana. So how are you going to realize all this on ground zero if you're coming back to power? That's the question that BJP is raising at this point, right?
Right. Rahul, thank you for joining us with those details.